Hi everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to take a look at my top 5 altcoins for 2023. As we do expect a bit of a retrace in the market from Bitcoin, that should go ahead and take the altcoins along with it. Expecting us to come back to some key retracement marks in the market. Simple retracements mark the 382 and the 702, looking up and around the 800 billion to the 1.24 trillion mark. So we are going to try and pinpoint these top 5 altcoins that are going to perform well against the United States dollar, but also well against Bitcoin. So if you haven't already, smash this video a like. It really helps. Comment down below. Let me know what your top 5 altcoins are, and subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get into it. So starting us out with number 1, maybe not a surprise to many people, this is going to be Hedera Hashgraph HBAR, because HBAR in my opinion is going to be one of the top performers in 2023 going ahead into the summer, as we have come down to a nice monthly demand area and got a really nice reaction up to the next supply zone, which we are now working in between. And if we are going to get that retrace to the upside for Bitcoin, my eyes for HBAR are going to be on this illiquid zone here between these candle wicks in this nice big bearish candle up and around the 15 to 18 cents mark. And if we just pull the nice Fibonacci retracement there on the monthly candle closures here from high to low, beautiful confluence 382, that would be the least we expect for HBAR, up and around the 17 cent zone. So for people that have entered down low or are looking for a re-entry, this is going to be, in my opinion, the number 1 project in 2023. And just taking us over to HBAR against Bitcoin, you can see we are coming into the range now where we need to start getting interested in these altcoins against Bitcoin. As they get to the lower bound of this range, it then begins that the altcoins start to outperform Bitcoin. So it could be that this is not the bottom here. Bitcoin starts to outperform HBAR just a little bit. Bitcoin moves up, HBAR moves up, but not as fast. We get a drop in HBAR against Bitcoin. USD is still actually going up, but then we start to regain some dominance against Bitcoin as Bitcoin begins to consolidate up and around the 30 to 40,000 zone, which is what I'm expecting. Then we look for the big moves against Bitcoin, but that could well be a bit of speculation for the future. We'll dive into the altcoin number 2 now, because number 2 may surprise you. So moving straight into altcoin number 2, and that is going to be Chainlink. I think Chainlink is actually being forgotten about by many people. Once regarded as a blue chip in people's portfolios up here, as everyone was excited and euphoric. But now I think everyone seems to be forgetting a little bit about Chainlink as we do approach a nice key structural support. Haven't quite filled this big bullish candle breakout yet, which I would like to see down at around $4.50. But we don't have to. I think the next really key zone for Chainlink is going to be up and around the $15 to $16 region, and that's where I'm going to be focusing on for Chainlink. And I think this is really minor moves compared to what Chainlink can do. Chainlink has proven itself in previous bear markets for Bitcoin, where it started doing its own thing, outperforming the rest of the market and going on a mad run itself. So as people begin to forget about Chainlink, I think it might surprise a lot of people this year, and I'm seeing some really key signs on Chainlink Bitcoin chart that might just give us the clue. So let's get straight into that. So just taking a look at Chainlink against Bitcoin, you can see this 6-month or so long consolidation breakout level here was actually back tested, but you can see that here with these wicks and these wicks we left quite a bit of inefficiency in this candle here, in which case we didn't retest here but have actually retested back here, dropped below for Chainlink against Bitcoin, got back above, and now look at where this monthly candle is hovering around. It's beautiful, it's great confluence, and it's a great sign in my opinion for Chainlink against Bitcoin to begin to start outperforming against Bitcoin once again, as everyone was excited up here for Chainlink. Really bullish. Everyone saying Chainlink's the blue chip. No one so much down here. And the price action is why people begin to get scared and think that we're going to go lower and lower, and then Chainlink will start to begin to do its own thing once again. So as we now look at Chainlink and see these nice confluence level, really key level, looking for Chainlink on the monthly time frame to hold this level to then start looking to the upper side. We've got these wicks to the upside that probably need to come in and get filled at some point, but if we just take the higher time frame monthly retracement from high to low, that can give us a great idea of where we might want to see Chainlink head in the short term. And you can see the 382 up and around these wicks, nice confluence, 702 up and around this big wick here. So really for Chainlink against Bitcoin, my eyes are going to be up and around the 702, 618. Nice bit of candle here, candle wick. looking to come in and take them, in my opinion, because we've seen this in the market so many times before where we get something like this and then we go back and set the new lows that everyone's looking for down here. But in the short term, going into 2023, I think Chainlink is going to be one of the top performers against the United States dollar, against Bitcoin, against Ethereum, and I think it's going to surprise many people. And that is why Chainlink is my number 2 altcoin on the list. So without further ado, let's move into altcoin number 3 now. That is going to be Algorand. I think Algorand is setting up for us something absolutely special, really. As we have not taken the lows on Algorand, this could simply be a nice 1-2 to the upside with a massive third wave to come in the future where these wick-to-wick trend lines can give us an idea of some really high targets. But on the short-term period, moving into summer 2023, we want to stay a little bit level-headed here for Algorand. Not really too much on the downside, many wicks to take. So I think most of the illiquid candle to the upside in Algorand is up and around the $1, $1.10 zone, $1.25 zone, and that's going to be the first key major target for myself on Algorand. I think if you just use this trend line to the upside, candle body, candle wick, really nice zone, and that takes us even higher on Algorand. So one to watch out for. Algorand is setting up really nicely against Bitcoin as well. So if we just take a look at Algorand against Bitcoin, we can get a good idea of what's going on there. Now, with Algorand against Bitcoin, some people may look at this chart and think, wow, what is going on here? This is an absolute mess. And you might be right, but what I'm focusing on here for Algorand is we are approaching the bottom of this zone now. We've closed below these candle bodies here, so I would expect maybe a fill of this wick, but that does not mean that Algorand has to go down against the United States dollar. Like I've explained before, it could just mean Algorand is not going up as fast as Bitcoin, in which case we get a dip below, take this wick, and then look to a key logical zone back to the upside, which in my opinion is this level against Bitcoin. We've got a really nice illiquid level here of this candle. If you have a look, there's a nice illiquid level between these wicks, in which case it was support in the past with these candle body closures. So I would expect as Algorand begins to move down against Bitcoin, as we are now, people are not interested. They don't want to get involved with these big bearish candles. They only want to get involved with the big bullish candles, and that ideally is when you want to sell. So what I could see happening for Algorand is something like this, hover around this area, come down, take these lows, move back above, and we might even come back to the top of the true range. We don't know yet. That's for a bit of further speculation. But in my opinion, looking for a really nice move, even from current levels against Bitcoin, that would be around 130%. So from the lows, that would again be, wow, 230%. And if Bitcoin's moving up, Algorand's going to move up a lot more than 200% against the United States dollar. And that is why Algorand is my number 3 for my top 5 altcoins. So coming straight in with my number 4 of my top 5 altcoins, and that is going to be XRP. And I've come straight in with the XRP Bitcoin chart here. I think we've all seen enough of the XRP USD chart. And as you can see with the XRP Bitcoin chart, we are now approaching them lower levels that we was talking about earlier with the other coins, where we begin to approach a nice structural support in which we have had support in the past. So it's not just random. We've had support once, 2, 3, 4, hovering above, and now still hovering above. So if we are to expect a nice move for XRP against Bitcoin, as Bitcoin takes the lead and XRP moves down here against Bitcoin, I would then be looking for a nice push up to the next key zone. Lots of illiquid candles here on the XRP chart against Bitcoin up and around this level. I'm not going to try and say that number, but we'll have a look at the percentages here even from current levels. Even still, 300% we're looking at minimum. If XRP comes down against Bitcoin to the lower range and then we move up, we're looking at a whopping 1000%, guys, against Bitcoin. And it's not like we've not seen XRP do this in the past. Just look at these previous examples. When XRP gets going, it really gets going, and it really doesn't give many people much of a chance to get back in once it does start going. So I think if you want to play the game with XRP, with the pumps to the upside, I think it's a great opportunity. And with a catalyst, with the SEC lawsuit, you know, these can all be narratives that people follow to say, you know, why this is why I'm going to buy up here, it's going to go more. But we are looking to enter at the lower range and sell at the upper range as usual. Buy into the fear, sell into the excitement, and that's the way we like to do it, guys. So without further ado, let's move into altcoin number 5, and that should be doing us for today. So coming in with number 5, guys, and that is going to be QNT Quant. And I think with Quant, all we need to focus on here is the USD chart. we don't really want to be focusing too much on the altcoins against Bitcoin chart if they do not have that much history. So I'm going to focus on the USD chart here, and what I'm seeing here for QNT is a nice bit of accumulation, clear in my opinion manipulation below the range, reclaim of the range that we've used as support for many months now, back above, reclaim, looking as support, nice big bullish candle here, looking strong for QNT in my opinion, and I think QNT is going to be one of those that people begin to miss out on. I think a lot of people do talk about QNT, but I think more people are going to talk about QNT when we actually get some major fib retraces and fib extensions to the upside. And let me just put this, I ain't got the clear targets out here. I'm going to put the 386 on there. I'm not going to focus too much on the 4.618 though. Oh, there we are. We have already got them anyway, guys. So for QNT, my eyes are going to be up and around a 4-figure sum for QNT. This is going to be one of those more high risk plays. If it doesn't get right and you lose this level up and around $98 for QNT, then you can cut your trade and say, you know what, that was it. We took a bit of a loss there. But on the lower time frame, I'd be looking for a little bit of a better entry here. Never really want to be buying these big bullish candles to the upside. So I would, in the short term, be looking for a bit of a better entry, probably down at around the $120 zone. But eyes are going to be to the upside. Not much profit taking would occur on QNT for me, up and around the 786. It would be one of those, like I say, high risk, high reward plays. And if you lose, you accept your loss. Not so much of a problem. So looking for a nice 4-figure sum for QNT, up and around the $1,000 zone. But yeah, guys, that is my top 5. Let me know your top 5 in the comments. I know people will have their favourites, but I think with the charts that I discussed, setting up against Bitcoin, setting up against the USD, I think we can't complain with those. We're looking at some really nice key structural support levels, and these coins are they're quite high in the market cap. So we're not just gambling on lower cap coins here and trying to shill anything. Do you know what I mean? We're focusing on the true utility in the market and what looks to be performing well and looks to perform well in 2023. So, like I said, if you did like this video, give it a like. Bit of an impromptu video. Just got asked on Twitter to do my top 5, so I said yeah, I would. So yeah, it's not financial advice. Give it a like, comment down below, and yeah, subscribe if you want already. Cheers again, guys, and I will see you next time.